Hello, hello, it's your friendly neighborhood Day 9 here, casting another amateur game from the GeForce SC2 Pro-Am tournament. These two players were one of the 10,000 sign-ups to be in the good old divisional group play. Coming up, we do have in the left position the purple Zerg, TheDoctor, on Shattered Temple. In the right position, we have aktails, the red Zerg, also on Shattered Temple. And because they're playing on the same Shattered Temples, they're playing against each other. It's going to be a Zerg versus Zerg opening up, a matchup that has a lot of funkiness going on in the early stages of the game. Initially, it was all Baneling craziness because one Baneling is capable of killing up to 25 or so Zerglings if you don't position your stuff properly. So that meant that the early Zergling Baneling would only be appropriately dealt with by Banelings and Zerglings of your own. But now players are slowly starting to figure out ways to transition into those later stages to get the Roaches up, the Infestors, even Mutalisk and Hydras are starting to have a big swell in popularity in the matchup. But the question is, will these players be able to survive the early game? Very, very fragile, and because these aren't your tip-top pros playing it out, a lot of times those fragile micro situations can feel even a little bit more fragile. We see both players now continuing to build drones. Doctor built one extra, and it looks like aktails going for a pool on 13. Very, very early pool. Will he be building an early gas to accompany it? Generally a sign that he wants to do a little bit of aggression early on. But if you delay the gas for a while, it can also be an indicator that roaches are coming. The Doctor now planting down his own spawning pool. And there's the gas guys are now going down by aktails. A big question is, how do you secure your expansion? As we see aktails, his natural expansion does have a relatively small ramp. The expansion, if you build it here, looks like there's this nice tiny area where you can just tuck away some simple defense. But in Zerg vs. Zerg, because those Banelings are so damaging early on, and because Zerglings are so fast, small entrance like this is actually a nightmare to defend. It looks like the Doctor is going to be going for an early expansion. This could be very dangerous. Right now we see aktails has just begun mining some gas. Queen popping out right now does not nearly have enough for any Zergling speed. It looks like aktails will be building a spine crawler right off the bat. He's not actually building any Zerglings at all. We see Root Slush, players like Destiny favoring building a lot of early spine crawlers so they don't spend any of their additional larvae on any sort of Zerglings. They can get their economy going up very, very strong early on, and so they can, oh, it looks like he's going straight for a Roach War and wants to get those extra drones up to get a little bit of better economy. But the danger is that aktails only needs the spine crawler for early pool aggression builds. The Doctor is not going for that. aktails banked on the fact that his opponent would be going for some early aggression. He could easily defend and then immediately counter with some roaches. But now it's all going to come down to whether the Doctor will have enough defenses up in time for this pretty typically timed roach attack by aktails. Drone getting produced. Will he begin stockpiling larvae? Looks like he has plenty of gas saved up. Needs to get some extra overlords in early. There the larvae do pop off, and immediately, look at this great timing there. The overlord pops up 4 roaches en route right away. We see in the Doctor's base, there's nothing wrong with expanding and relying on a Zergling-only defense, but he needs to be very careful. This is one of the most dangerous timings that Doctor is using. You get your expansion up quite quickly, and you get these queens up pretty early, but you don't get your speed up very early. And with these roaches coming out from aktails, it can be a very, very rough position. The Doctor sees the roaches, so aktails is suddenly forced to make some decisions almost immediately. Does he want to hide them? Does he want to go for an attack? Oh, look at this. aktails doing a very, very smart follow-up. He is going for a big, aggressive attack early on. He is getting Zergling speed right off the bat. He's going to save up, make a lot of roaches, and then suddenly begin flooding with Zerglings. The speed Zerglings can easily reinforce the slow roaches as they attack. But meanwhile, at the front, the Doctor looks like he's aware of how fragile of a situation he's in. He's building 3 spine crawlers. Notice that he's still making more drones. He's not overreacting and making Zerglings and spine crawlers. He wants to get up a good defense at this point in time. There's the hatch going down right now for aktails. Does he actually know that there are these spine crawlers going up? Looks like he does not know that these spine crawlers are popping up right now. Just still gearing up to do an early push. We see that the spine crawler allowed him to get so many drones early on that he has enough economy to both build the drones and expand. Excuse me, build the units and expand. So aktails took your typical all-in move, turned it into an early attack that allows him to expand behind it, pulls everything off gas, not going to make any more roaches. aktails starting to move forward with the Zerglings. You see one Zergling moving through the center of the map, going to pass by that Xel'Naga watchtower. Unfortunately, see that nothing is coming. The Doctor built 3 spine crawlers early on, but hasn't really been able to do much at this point. He's just built these defenses, which hindered his ability to get drones. In the worker count, though, we do see the Doctor at 28 drones. Huge drone lead on his opponent. We see more roaches getting produced right now for aktails, just burning through the remainder of his gas. 3 more roaches. Doing a great job adding that larva. Look at the queen, only just now getting past 25. At 4 energy. It has been extremely low all game long. We see more Zerglings getting produced for the Doctor. Now the Doctor is in an interesting position because he can actually go for a lot of counter attacks. His speed is done. He has these beefy spine crawlers for defense, and if aktails isn't careful, he could easily lose to a Zergling run by, popping up into his main, even picking off the spine crawler. But it looks like aktails going to make the push. There he is, continuing to make drones, getting a second queen up, still not investing too much in the worker count. Creep continuing to be spread by the Doctor. In the unit counting station, we see 36 Zerglings for the Doctor. Going for a huge counterattack. They are going to pick off that Zergling in the middle, but there is nothing back home for aktails to defend. And oh no, it looks like he's going to be pulling back. He's trying to confuse aktails, get a good surround. Not the best angle for the Doctor. aktails doing a great job reinforcing with the Zerglings, and it looks like the roaches of aktails are going to be able to help him stay alive for now. Will he continue pushing? Those 3 spine crawlers look very threatening at this point. aktails, does he risk a run by and try to pop into the main, or are too many units going to be coming out for the Doctor? At this point, both players are only making Zerglings. aktails does have those roaches on the Doctor's creep, actually, allowing him to move a little bit faster. And more importantly, allowing him to retreat. We see aktails, money getting a little high. Same with the Doctor. Both players having trouble spending their money on anything but Zerglings, and it looks like there's the run-in. Brilliant timing, but oh no! It looks like the Doctor's going to be able to get an amazing surround on these roaches, deal a ton of damage. Meanwhile, in the main, it looks like the Queen is going to be able to get taken down, and we see those Zerglings starting to pull back, but who has more Zerglings at this point in time? It looks like a lot more red Zerglings on the screen at this point, and will they be able to run up? There's too many spine crawlers here. He's still going to try to go pick off more drones in the main, but no, he ends up getting somewhat cleaned up by these spine crawlers. But oh no, more Zerglings still alive in the main. The Doctor doesn't quite notice this point in time. These are some huge free kills going down at this point. We see more Zerglings, more spine crawlers down for aktails, but these 3 Zerglings cleaning up everything in the Doctor's main. Oh no, he only notices at the last second. But we see 23 workers killed for the purple Zerg. Oh, the Doctor, that is the break that he needed. Notice, though, that was not a winning blow. That was an equalizing blow. We see the aktails is only marginally ahead in the drone count. He's getting spine crawlers of his own. And in the meantime, it looks like the Doctor, using his one big advantage, he is farther ahead in the tech front. He's getting a Spire. aktails has been in a rough, fragile spot. He's been obligated to make a lot of units to try to deal damage to this early expand. And now that the Doctor has just barely defended, even though he lost all those drones, the Doctor still could be able to come back. The Spire incoming, a Queen now popping out. All the spine crawlers slowly moving forward. And look at this. He's even going to be walling himself in with these spine crawlers after he takes out this neutral supply depot. And there we see aktails starting to add on more roaches. Is getting a layer up of his own. He obviously knows that this is a layer, as he had those Zerglings in there ripping everything apart. But did he consider the Spire coming up? We see the Zerglings from aktails not going to spend any time idle, going straight for the destructible rocks. Couple of roaches out right now, continuing to add on more. We do see the Overlord speed upgrade going down for the Doctor. He's just now put guys back into mining gas, and he has 4 geysers up and running. And this could be an absolute tragic defeat for aktails. He's ahead in the food count right now. He has so many roaches incoming, 5 roaches, 4 out right now. His own lair is almost complete. But there's the Spire down right now for the Doctor. He has not made any Mutalisks yet. Still has these spine crawlers up defend the front. And there it is, 8 Mutalisks popping out right now. We see those Zerglings now sweeping through the center of the map, trying to get at least a little bit of spotting of what's going on, and they're going to see that the spine crawlers are up. Will any Zerglings get through? Zerglings can squeeze through that little tiny crack between the spine crawlers, meaning that he could get a potential scout going on. And oh no, aktails doing a very, very common roach speed burrow play. But he is completely undefended against these Mutalisks. The Mutalisks have just hatched. aktails is not dead in the water yet. Roaches die very slowly to Mutalisks. So that means these roaches could just do a big invasion, and aktails could win just by having a bigger ground army. But the Mutalisks are now moving across the map right now. How many queens are out there? 2 with the natural expansion. There's 1 in the main, so we can at least delay for a little bit of time. Evo Chamber going down right now. He still doesn't see the Mutalisks. There are 8 Mutalisks now moving into the natural expansion, and there it is. aktails sees it, shocked, now has all his Zerglings running back, and there it is. The big counter coming up from aktails, manages to pick off 1 queen. Are there any kills on the Mutalisks? Only losing 1 at this point in time. Now Burrow is just finishing, losing almost all of his drones immediately, but here's the huge counterattack by aktails. The Doctor in a great defensive position. All those early constructed spine crawlers going to be helping him so much, and there it is. Here's the huge push of roaches. He does have speed up right now. He needs to bring in the Zerglings. All the Zerglings of the Doctor are getting some big surround. His roaches are taking a lot of damage. More Mutalisks swelling up, meaning that the Doctor might be able to get a big defense, but there's all the red ground units breaking through the Zergling line of the Doctor. aktails trying to continue to be aggressive and break through, but oh no, it looks like the natural expansion has just lost all its drones, and now the main is completely vulnerable. The attack at the front gets cleaned up, and the Doctor, who lost so many workers at the start of the game, now pulling back in his favor, up to 18 kills on those workers. And there's the good game. The Doctor, with a pretty nice defense, despite losing all those drones, manages to buckle down, advance with his tech advantage, exploit the fact that his spire was farther down the line than his opponents, that his layer was farther down the line than his opponents. So very nice win there, the Doctor. Hanging down, not panicking and leaving when all his drones were gone. Definitely tune in at GeForce.com. Go check out more action. For now, I'm out.